to buy
leverage.
pictures of monkeys.
Wait, can you tell me something? Because you're the only one that I know. Well, I know a couple people who know it, but like, what was it like when I may have asked you this before? What was it like when you clicked buy on a Bored Ape? Because that's a big fucking move. That's a big move right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you a couple of things. It was very, very scary because it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, really, it was a lot of money,
No, I
and
know.
we were at the heart of the bear. ETH was $1,000 and could have gone. Everyone was saying was going to go to 300, and the floor was whatever 70 ETH, and everyone's thinking it could go to 0. So it was quite scary because it was a large amount of money. So that was the one side. The other side of it was it was a great sense of achievement. It really was in the space. Obviously I could have come in the space from day one and, bought a Bored Ape. And even if the Bored Ape was the same price, could have bought it. But, I didn't put in all that money. A lot of it was earned in the space by either flipping or community management, advising, whatever. At least half of it was earned in the space and half of it was worked my way up from a small amount that I put in the beginning and topped up here and there.
Yeah.
So it was a huge sense of achievement. It really was. But I was pretty scared because I was risking, everything I'd made in the space that I'd been building for the whole year. I had never taken from ETH into my bank account. It was everything that was paid in ETH was kept in ETH. Every sale where I made profit. So I was saying I pretty much I had to sell a lot to get there. Not everything, but a lot. And I was risking it all on one trade. So it was mixed. It was a lot of pride, a great feeling to achieve that. But on the other side, shit, am I throwing away everything that I've worked for the last year?
Damn, dude, that is fucking crazy. Also, how did you end up getting those jobs working as like community managing and all this stuff? Like, did they know you were a YouTuber? Did they reach out to you? They watch your videos?
I wasn't a YouTuber initially at all. So the very first NFT that I bought ever, that I minted, I went on rarity.tools and I saw it. It was a project called Wolf Club. And the art was beautiful. I knew nothing about NFTs. I just knew I wanted to get in the space. And I ended up buying a shitload of these. I think I bought 20 Wolf Clubs. I've still got them all. I could show them to you. So do you want me to show you? Well, I'll find it while I'm talking. Okay. So I bought 20 of them. And then they had a problem with their mint where they didn't realize, but people could mint for 0 if they understood the contract and everything. So when they realized that some people were minting for 0 instead of 0.08 per NFT, they stopped the mint. And then ended up having to refund everyone who bought and then try to relaunch again. But and they had a lot of hype. They sold 1,000 in like 2 minutes and then paused it and spent 2 weeks refunding everyone. So their intentions were really good. And then try to relaunch and could never sell more than a couple of hundred. Yeah, I've got the pictures of them. I still love the art. Let me just share this.
Oh, those are sick.
Yeah.
Dude, those are cool. I like those.
Yeah.
That's funny that you bought into Wolf Club when I've got like 20 Wolf Boy social clubs. So we must both be into wolves or something.
Yeah, I really love that. It reminds me of the cartoon. I'm gonna with your grandmother. What's it?
The art was amazing. Me of
the artist is Chloe. She's really quite incredible. Anyway, so to cut a very long story short, I ended up, here's the collection. You can see gone to 0, tiny amount of volume traded. But I ended up now with all the money I'd put in to NFTs is now going to 0. And I bought like 20 of these things. You saw, I still have 20 of these things. And so I started in Discord just giving my opinions very respectfully on where I think we should go next. And also telling the community to relax, because everyone wanted to kill everyone. And say, look, let's put stuff together. Let's help the founders. Let's work together. We all are invested in this financially. And I ended up rallying the Discord. Anyway, Ari, one of the founders, reached out to me. He said, "Can he phone me?" I said, "With pleasure." And he said, "Look, he's looked at some of the ideas and they're really good. And what is my background?" I said, "No, marketing." I said, "Look, we got to do this, we got to do that." So he said, "Well, thank you for your time. Can I phone you again?" I said, "Sure." So we started talking. And after a couple of weeks, he said to me, "Listen, will you be community manager? Will you?" So I sort of became unofficially a mod there. I was never officially a mod. I was unofficially a mod. I was just trying to keep everyone stop them abusing, and let's just try work together. And then he said, "Can I be community manager?" I said, "Bro, look, I'm happy to help you. I've got my own bag of 20. This is selfish. I'm happy to help you without anything. I don't know how to be a community manager. This is my first NFT project that I've minted. I got no idea." He says, "No, I'll teach you. It's not hard. You pretty much do what you're doing at the moment. Be the bridge between the founders and the." So I ended up becoming community manager of Wolf Club over there, having a team of mods under me. Morland was one of those mods. That's how I met Morland. There was another guy, Chris, all in Wolf Club. And in those days, it wasn't that we jump into projects quickly, flip it and get out. We knew each other. We were in that Discord playing games. That was the only project that existed in the whole of NFTs, and we loved being there, and we had a good community going there. Anyway, at that stage, Space Punks, do you remember Space Punks with the space thing? They were doing well. They had just launched their Dinos. Their floor price shot up. They said they were going to do a launch pad. And they did do a launch pad where projects could be launched through them with their experience. So I thought, let's relaunch Wolf Club and let's get on the Space Punks launch pad. So I reached out to Space Punks. I was a Space Punk holder. So by that time, I'd bought a few other NFTs. I was being paid by Wolf Club. So I had ETH coming in. And I reached out to Space Punks. And I said to them, "Look, I'm community manager for Wolf Club. We want to relaunch." I set up a meeting with Pinky, was the one guy's name, that they had there. Peter was the other guy who I spoke to. And we set up a meeting with Wolf Club and us, and they loved it. They loved the art. They understood. We were completely transparent what happened. They understood. And they said, "Look, let's do it. The only thing is we need our developer to look at your contract." Now, I had nothing to do with that contract, the Wolf Club contract, and I thought everything had been fixed because we then resumed minting on a new contract. So we said, "No problem." So they looked at the contract. They came back to us about 3 days later. They said, "Guys, as much as it pains us, we can't go ahead with this contract. There's still these loopholes. People could still mint for nothing, whatever. They just couldn't do it." But through that, I built a very strong relationship with the guys at Spacepunk. They were impressed by me, and they ended up a week later reaching out to me and saying, "Can I please go into every project that's on their launch pad with my team of mods and prep them pre-launch?" So do a full website audit. So let's say that Space Punks takes on project XYZ and they're launching in a month's time. We would go in, we were called the mod squad. We would go in and I would fully audit the website, which I'm really good at. Not just stupid thing like spelling errors, like proper, make sure that everything is what should be there is there, whatever. Advise them, I think you should all be doxed. I think we should do this. I think we should do that. Stress test the website and whatever. I would also do the same thing on Discord, because with Wolf Club, they just handed me the keys and they pretty much disappeared. And I had to learn, long term. I don't mean immediately, but I'm saying after a couple of months, I was pretty much there with the mods alone. We never saw the founders. And so me and Morgan were trying to figure out how to work at Discord and whatever. So, every so often I'd break something and have to get help. But I learned quite a lot. So I would have a look at the same thing you do in your reviews where you say too many channels or whatever. I'd completely go through their Discord, fully audit it and all of that. And so I ended up working on about 6 projects for Space Punks, of which all of them ended up offering me to stay on after launch as their either head mod or community. So they saw that, and I worked hard, and they saw the value. The communities all loved me, all the people in the community. There might have been 1 or 2 people who didn't, but for the most part, I was really well liked. And so I ended up, there was one stage where I was working simultaneously as community manager for 4 projects. And so,
Wow.
like, there would be a holder in one of these projects who then wanted to launch an NFT and would also reach out to me. So there were other projects outside of the Space Punks ecosystem that also reached out to me. And that's how I got to Tiptoe Punks, which I absolutely loved. And, that was the last one that I was doing. I really loved it. But I just didn't have time for it. And I ended up giving my notice on all of them and walking away. But yeah, that was how I earned a bit. Listen, I earned a shitload more than I am talking to you on YouTube. But it's not about the short-term gain. It's about building something long-term. Now,
YouTube's a really good investment in yourself, especially for this industry. If you can just in 6 months or whenever the market returns, and people keep saying we might not see another bull market. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. The crypto's been around for years. If the market is healthy, money comes back into the ecosystem. It's not like NFTs are dead. Like maybe we won't see the same euphoric highs. We're gonna see bull runs though. Like we're gonna see market. There is money on the sidelines right now. Like people don't think that there's money here. I'm like, guys, Punch Beans just flew to 4 ETH. Someone just spent $400 or 400 ETH. Like there are people dropping ungodly amounts of money.
It's sitting on the sidelines waiting.
Exactly. It'll come back, and that's when it'll really pay off.
Even if NFTs are not dead, but quiet down and never return to Bored Apes being $500,000, even if Web3 and the blockchain is the future, there is no doubt. And that's really where I see it. So, like, the big thing for me is that, with Perkel, we offer, a lot of different marketing services to companies. So we can do their printed material, we can do their clothing, their gifts, we can do their gazebos, we can do their banners. So at some stage, one of my big clients is going to want an NFT collection. And I do think it fits in very, very well to me being in the marketing space, business to business. We've got the clients already. We sole supply in South Africa to BP. We sole supply in South Africa to Siemens. We've got a lot of big contracts. And when they just like talking, they don't even know I'm in NFTs. Have you heard of this NFT thing? I'm saying in a couple of years or whatever. Yeah. And they'll say, you know what, actually, I can help you. And I really will be able to help them. So that's the long-term. That's a long-term way that it fits into, where my strengths are. I've got those relationships with those businesses already, and I do believe that every single established Web2 brand is going to be in Web3 or the blockchain in some way in the future. Whether it's their membership card for their gym, or Chipotle's membership card, or an internal staff program where they want to track things internally on the blockchain, or whatever, every single Web2 company, just like they have a website and an email address, is going to have something on the blockchain in the future. And when they do, I'm going to be waiting here with my friend Cade.